I know this can be a time where a lot of us may feel alone, especially going into the new year. And I just wanted to share some of the insights that I've learned over the years so that hopefully it can provide you with some benefit going into the new year's. Because I know this is something that a lot of people struggle with. It's something that I myself have found myself dealing with as well. So hopefully this can provide you with some sense of ease in a sense. I know this is a time where being alone or feeling like you haven't accomplished a lot in your life or feeling like you're comparing yourself to other people is only amplified because this becomes a reminder for many of us of a lot of the insecurities within ourselves, a lot of the parts of ourselves that we may find ourselves ignoring throughout the year, but then they suddenly come back because it's a moment of transition. It's a moment of change from the last year to the new year or the next year. And it becomes a moment where we see other people accomplishing things, other people celebrating with their friends, their family, and we may find ourselves not doing that at times. We may find ourselves feeling disconnected, feeling like we're not doing what other people may be doing. But this is a time where we can also use that to our advantage because this is a moment where we can look within ourselves, ask the questions that we need to ask the difficult questions to better understand ourselves. Why am I feeling the way I am? Why have I not accomplished what I wanted to accomplish? Am I hanging around the wrong people? Sometimes we feel more lonely being around the people that don't resonate with us. And maybe being alone is the right thing to do because it's a season where you finally take the time for yourself. It's a time where you can finally realize that for yourself. So these are definitely great moments where we can use that for more of a time of reflection, more of a time of gaining awareness, and just understanding our thoughts, our ideas, the patterns that may need to be broken or reshaped, and new patterns that may need to be developed. That's why I feel like sometimes being alone, going into the new year, can be a positive, can be a beneficial thing to do. And I myself found it very beneficial for myself. Sometimes it's easy to find ourselves comparing ourselves to other people, but the thing is that sometimes people may go fast in life, but then they find themselves struggling later on in life. And sometimes it's the people who are in delay or stagnation that take that time to reflect, to understand themselves, that find more peace later on because they realize that they have a better understanding of their thoughts or ideas, and that allows them to navigate through the turbulences of life more easier. It's not that those things don't occur to them, but they're able to better handle them because they took that time for themselves. So it's kind of a reframe in a sense to rather see this as a moment of feeling lonely or alone, but rather seeing it as a time of reflection, gaining mindfulness, gaining a sense of understanding, because this is so important in life to understand ourselves. We spend the entire year accomplishing things, trying to go through the day-to-day tasks, but we need that moment for ourselves to understand, are we on that right path? Are we doing the right things going into the next year? Do we need to change things? And sometimes that's the most important thing to realize. And I find that when I have done that, I've been more intentional going into the new year. Because rather than just saying I'm going to do a New Year's resolution, understanding myself and gaining more awareness of myself allows me to naturally just be more intentional because I'm doing it for myself rather than doing it for the external world or trying to please other people because those things are very short lived. they don't last as long. That's why people will try to do a New Year's resolution, but then they fall short because they need external validation, or they may need external factors to keep them going. But when you take that time to understand yourself and learn about yourself in a more deeper way, you naturally will do things that align with who you are, because they bring more peace, they bring more purpose to who you are. So I hope this video provides you with some insight, some sense of help, some sense of just thinking of being alone or lonely in a different way. And maybe it can provide you with a better way of moving through life going into the next year. Share your comments, as I know it can help someone else. Share your stories or anything you may have learned in your own life dealing with this, because I know it can help someone else as well. Hope you have a great rest of your day and a great new year to come.